Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's another Wednesday, which means it's another channel message day. And this week we're kind of piggybacking off of our last week's video, and I'm going to be showing you how to self-cup. Have you ever seen somebody walking around with those super symmetrical marks on their back? So those marks, contrary to popular belief, are not bruises. They are called pétaches. And pétaches is where blood gets suctioned up to the surface, and in doing so, some of the capillaries break. That sounds scary when you say break, but to be honest, if you're a therapist or you are doing cupping correctly, it should not hurt that much. So I'm going to show you today my style of cups. Cups have been around for centuries, and the ancient civilizations used cups that were made out of animal bone and ceramic and even metal. Today, most cups are made out of glass and silicone, which is the type of cup that I have. So I have a set which gives you different sizes, and most sets do. This is really important. The biggest size is going to be great for areas like the glutes and the quadriceps, whereas the smallest size is going to be great for areas like getting in between bony landmarks or the forearms. Today, I'll be showing you some cupping using the second to largest cup on my upper trapezius. So what you're going to do is you're going to expose the area where you want to do the cupping. And then you're going to take some lubricant. I use a very lovely virgin coconut oil. And I'm just going to place it on the area that I want to cup. All right. And then you're going to take your cup and you're gonna place it there. Now this is important. You see that my thumb is kind of hugging the lip of the cup, and then my other two fingers up here are pressing down on the top of the cup. So if you just press down, you're not gonna get good section and see my cup just slides right off. But if you press down and you kind of lift the lip of the cup at the same time, voila, now you have a perfectly placed cup. Now these cups, the gliding cups, can move around, so I can move it around in a circle, and I can move it down towards the heart, draining the lymph. And I also can just let it stay in a place where, as I feel the moving around of the cup, if it's kind of dragging a bit, then that tells me that there's more stagnation there, and so I just simply let the cup rest in that place. Now you don't want to leave the cup resting in the place for more than 3 to 5 minutes. I typically only stay on 3 minutes, but some therapists do leave a cup on up to 5 minutes. So while you're doing that, you can just go about your day, honestly, and for 3 to 5 minutes, do something else. Wash the dishes, check your Instagram. I don't know, maybe do some stretches. It's really important to move the body while you're massaging, while you're using these different tools, because on the day-to-day, like, we are not just in one plane and we are not just staying still. So movement while using these tools and techniques is super amazing. So after that cup's been sitting there for a while, you can simply take it off, and you will see my marks look like this. So there are 3 types of marks, and I'll just quickly go over those. The first type of mark is going to be your bright pink to a red, which means that, yeah, there's a cute amount of stagnation, but not too much going on, and your body's doing a great job of healing itself. The second color of mark you're going to see is a big bright red mark, which means that there's more stagnation happening in that area. But again, your body's doing a great job of pushing that blood to the surface. And lastly, you're going to have your really dark red, almost purpley black looking marks. And those are, like chronic sign of stagnancy and blood that's just not circulating. Oftentimes that person will have a lot of built up toxins in their body. And so, yeah, those marks will go away in about 3 to 5 days. It's nothing to be afraid of, but I do tell my clients, if I'm cupping others, I tell them like these marks will probably appear, and they'll go away in this time period. And sometimes, especially women that maybe are going to be in a wedding or going to be on a trip where they'll be wearing a bathing suit, they do not want the marks. And so it's important to know that marks will appear. And lastly, the aftercare. So when we're cupping, we're actually stimulating our immune system and our lymph system. And so the last thing you want to do is introduce more toxins into your body. And that's why I tell all of my clients, do not drink after cupping. I made the mistake of doing this when I first learned cupping in Hawaii, and I went out afterwards and drank a couple glasses of sake, and I was out for 3 days. So absolutely no introduction of toxins into the body after you cup. And you know, salt bath is really great, and drinking lots of water. And so that's it for today's video on self-cupping. Let me know in the comments down below if you decided to get your own cups, and if so, how you're liking them. And I will see you next week. Keep being amazing.